What is going on, everybody? My name is Jesse, aka your very own one and only Chi-Town Smart, and I got a little news for you guys today, bruh. We got the WWE Women's Division frustrated with current booking. Here we go. We have WWE Hall of Famer begging Charlotte Flair to give her a retirement match. My goodness. And we have Bill Goldberg planning to have a retirement match this summer. Wow. Wow, that's what we needed. First up, do me a favor, guys. Follow me on social media. Follow me on X, on Instagram. The tags are right here on my luxurious desk, as you can see. Also, make sure you guys leave a comment. I love replying to as many comments as I possibly can. Leave a thumbs up, but also subscribe to the channel. Guys, we have just surpassed 9,000 subs, and we are now on the official road to 10,000 subscribers. I'm extremely grateful for all of you who have already joined me on this journey. And if you are watching right now and you are not subbed, hit that sub button, man. It's awesome. It's free. And I cannot wait to see how far we can take the momentum of this channel. You guys have been fantastic in 2025. Let's keep it going. Become a channel member. Channel member exclusive that will be going up ASAP. The Collision Corner segments will be remixed and exclusive cuts only for channel members going forward. This is a fantastic way to find out what kind of funny cuts and edits we can put into the Collision Corner that we do live on JD's channel on Wednesday nights. We're going to post them here exclusively for channel members, edited and remixed. Make sure you join to get those versions of the Collision Corner. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's get into today's news. Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg is preparing for his final match in 2025. Last year, he mentioned on ESPN's College Day Game Day that his retirement match would be in WWE. Goldberg last wrestled in 2022, losing to Roman Reigns at the WWE Elimination Chamber. This past October, he confronted World Heavyweight Champion Gunther at Bad Blood. While speaking to CarCast podcast, Goldberg noted that he feels like $1 trillion after getting stem cell therapy, changing his diet, and quitting bad habits. The WWE Hall of Famer said, "I have a match sometime this summer. I don't know exactly when it is, but I know it's coming up. It's unclear when the exact date will be or who the opponent will be against." Wow. Wow. Full disclosure here, guys. Full disclosure, I am not a fan of Bill Goldberg. Never have been, never will be. I feel like 100% of everything about him was manufactured by Eric Bischoff, and he was never even a fan of pro wrestling. He ended up in pro wrestling due to his failed NFL career after only 14 games due to injury. This business is full of people who have come from many walks of life. So that's fine. He came from football because of the career didn't work. That is fine. But to me, it feels like he never gave this business the proper respect that it deserves. All right. There were multiple reports of him not willing to work with others, not wanting to put people over, many considering him extremely unsafe in the ring. Just ask Bret Hart. I don't like the way he was booked against Kevin Owens or Bray Wyatt. So the sooner this guy fades away into obscurity, the happier I will be. I'm serious. I just don't feel like that he really honestly cares about this business and the fans vicariously. He just cares about his moment, his match, his son. You know, I'm sure I'm sure, man, I am sure his son is gonna be WWE bound at one point, and I'm not gonna say I'm not looking forward to it. He could be great. I just have no interest in it right now. So if his son does eventually come through this business and everything else, hopefully Gage has the passion for the business that I feel that Goldberg completely lacks. But again, that's just me. WWE Hall of Famer begging Charlotte Flair to give her a retirement match. Hall of Famer Jacqueline Moore is itching to return to the ring and has Charlotte Flair in her sights. At Monopoly events for the love of wrestling, Jacqueline made a public challenge to WWE's most decorated female superstar, Charlotte Flair. The WWE Hall of Famer wants Flair to give her a retirement match. Wow. Jacqueline had a groundbreaking and impactful career in professional wrestling, being one of the pioneers of what we see today. She worked as Sweet Georgia Brown in World Class Championship Wrestling. Wow, that goes way back, man. And Miss Texas in the United States Wrestling Association. She also held the women's title in USWA a record 14 times. She went to WWE in 1998. Jacqueline defeated Sable to win the women's championship, becoming the first African-American woman to hold the title. She later became Chavo Guerrero Jr.'s she also beat Chavo Guerrero Jr. to win the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Wow, I actually don't remember that one. She says, I think I still have a little left in me for one more match, Jacqueline says. Goodness, you know this old lady can still kick some booty. Let's see, one more match. Charlotte Flair. Let me tell you, I would love to wrestle her. She's so strong, and I love her techniques and skills. I love it. She's a butt kicker. She doesn't take any mess. She's good. She's tough. Charlotte, please give me my retirement match. I'm begging you, please. Guys, Jacqueline Moore, I'll say this. Jackie, she was ahead of her time. I believe she was ahead of her time. I think she was in an era where the company valued the divas. All right. Jacqueline was more of a wrestler. She did have the enhancements to fit in with the divas. We all know that. But she was more of a wrestler. She came through in a time where women were not considered to be pro wrestlers, and she was more of an actual bell-to-bell wrestler for her time and things like that. So it must have been really hard to try to push your wrestling agenda through a company that is only looking for bimbos. I'm just going to put it the way it is. Jacqueline wanting one more match, I'll say this. She's 61 years old. She's 61 years old. I mean, that's not the end-all, be-all of factors, but she kind of looks and moves like she's 61 years old. And I got to tell you, a match with Charlotte does not excite me at all. She's gotten her flowers. She is a Hall of Famer. You know, it'd be nice to see her on television from time to time. You know, a couple of spots here and there. Maybe take a bump or so to help get someone over. But Charlotte Flair does not need a match with Jacqueline, and we don't need a match with Jacqueline. So I'm not quite sure why this is even a thing. I'm not sure why she believes that she needs one more match. But I think she's had a solid career, all things considered, and I would just like to see it end right there. But that is just me. Finally, guys, we have the WWE Women's Division frustrated with the current booking. Looks like not everything is rainbows and sunshine in WWE, as there is reportedly frustrations amongst the WWE women's roster over the division's booking. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful clarified that he said on a Fightful Select Discord server regarding this when asked about it during a question on The Hump. A few years ago, under Vince McMahon, there was frustration about the very same topic. All right, I remember this one. It was around the Royal Rumble. It was huge. It was a whole big ordeal. He goes, someone asked about women's booking, and I said yes. I have spoken with plenty of women in WWE who are frustrated about the booking of the women. This is not a new thing. It's nowhere near Royal Rumble 2022 levels. In the Rumble 2022, it was so bad that I developed sources because of how bad it was booked. This is nowhere near that, but there has been a situation where a woman in WWE, a performer, had reached out to me and said, dude, can you find out if I'm listed internally as a heel or a baby face? That is embarrassing. That is flat out embarrassing when an active talent has to reach out to a reporter to ask them if they can find out what their status is listed internally. That is absolutely embarrassing. If nothing else, it proves a severe lack of communication. And I'm like, damn, okay. I know there have been some Mania pitches that have been rejected because people are like token tag teams aren't something that they want to do. They want things put on a more even plane in the women's division. Okay, well, the contracts are going up. Viewership is adjusted accordingly for when women are on screens. It's not the sideshow or anything like that. It's a part of the show. You're adding more titles. You're adding more matches and stuff like that. There's a lot of people that have been parked. For example, I'm not going to say Natalya is frustrated. They signed Natalya. They wanted to keep Natalya. They had creative plans for Natalya. And then that's what Natalya's done. What has Natalya done since then? Nothing. She hasn't even been on NXT. So we don't know who it was who is individually frustrated. So we're not going to speculate. I know Natalya is, her name's in the story. I know her name's on, her picture's on the thumbnail. But there is no actual report that says Natalya is the one complaining about anything. She was just used as the example. I want to clarify this. You know, in the thumbnail, it says, like father-in-law, like son-in-law. Vince McMahon was notorious for his very biased pushing of the women's division. He had his favorites. Or should I say favorite? And there were plenty of women who just felt like they were not getting a fair shake, if you will. Now, I'm not going to bring in Vince's extracurricular activities backstage as that being any of the reason why any of that misbooking was going on with the women. I'm not even trying to insinuate that is the reason why Triple H is going through these issues. Who knows? There's so many moving parts in WWE right now. It's got to be a little bit difficult to pinpoint exactly why anything is happening at any given time. Maybe some people just need to wait their turn. You know, that is a thing. Now, it's not to say that if you're not used to shut up and wait your turn. I'm not saying that at all. You know, sometimes the the greasy cog gets the oil. I'm sorry, the squeaky cog gets the oil. What am I talking about? Sometimes you need to speak up and advocate for yourself. Sometimes that's the way to go about doing it. Sometimes that's a way to help you get you buried even more. So it's kind of like a lose-lose at times. We don't necessarily know what Triple H's stance is when it comes to talent being frustrated with their booking. But talent not being happy with the way they're being booked is nothing new in pro wrestling. It literally happens all the time. This is not the first time something like this has come up, and it damn sure will not be the last time either. Sometimes it's just a matter of some people are just going to have to wait. Sometimes priorities shift. I get all of that, especially when you're trying to bring in new people. It's got to be extremely frustrating for a talent to be sitting in the back, waiting their turn, doing everything they're supposed to do, getting their work in, getting their training done, doing their PR, doing everything they're supposed to do, and then they watch new talent come in. They see new talent come into the company. They see new talent come up from NXT. You see Jade Cargill, on TV, getting pushed, getting titles and all this other stuff. Great for Jade. But if I'm on the roster, and I've been on the roster for years, like for instance, a Natalya, who is Johnny on the spot to help when they need her to help train someone, because, just as far as technical wrestling goes, Natalya is one of the best in the world. I'm not saying she's the best bell-to-bell worker, but as far as teaching the younger generation how to execute certain moves the right way, you're not going to find anyone better than Natalya to help these women out. And I believe that's primarily why they kept her on the roster. Maybe they already have that communication with Natalya. Maybe Natalya's name is a mute point in this story. But the fact of the matter is there are some women who do feel like they're being underutilized. It probably wouldn't be fair to add any names to say that they're frustrated just because of what we see on television. But I'm a firm believer in where there is smoke, there is fire. Where do we go from here? Hard to say. Maybe they have to wait their turn. Maybe they have to speak up for themselves. Maybe there's already plans for them on the horizon, and then complaining about it might get those plans just kind of shoved to the side and forgotten about. Who knows? From my perspective, from what I believe, I personally don't believe, I could be wrong, I don't believe that there is any kind of agenda out there for Triple H as far as the booking with the women. If I had to guess from my perspective, I would say it's just a matter of timing. And sometimes people are going to have to wait. Maybe plans do change and get shifted here and there, sure. But it must suck for some of the women who just got released and never really got a fair shot at getting their things in. But who knows? Management could have determined in training that they weren't ready for television. They weren't ready for the bigger spotlight. There's so many other moving factors. It's hard to put a finger on exactly what the problem is. But if you have frustrated talent in your locker room, in the day and age of social media, that's only going to start controversy and start stirring the pot. So if nothing else, I think Triple H has dropped the ball in the sense of not communicating enough to his locker room to make sure they understand what's going on with them, so there's no confusion and they're not sitting around getting frustrated and starting to post and starting to leak to the dirt sheets and starting to start locker room drama. God knows that is not what you want at all. Guys, that is it for today's show. I just wanted to come on here and just touch base with you guys. I've been out for a while. I've been away. I've been dealing with some things. I'm going to get myself back into the groove, and I can't do that without you guys. So again, if you are watching this, do me a favor, subscribe, leave a comment, and let's get this journey to 10,000 on the road. Thank you guys so much. My name is Jesse, a.k.a. your very own one only Chi-Town Smart, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.